I welcome you all for the Investor Education Initiative of Vittamantra Financial Services. Let's try to understand some of the common questions. So what you have in this market correction, during this market correction. So, many people are asking me about some common questions like where the market will go from here, whether it will go up or whether it will go down, and also some questions related to your personal finance, personal investment. Like for example, should I stop my SIP? Should I invest more? Or should I redeem my investments? Or should I wait for more correction? So these kind of questions are common in this scenario. But honestly speaking, I really don't know where the market will go from here, whether it will go up or down, because I cannot predict. Okay, let's see why we cannot predict and what we can do during this course of time. But there are some things which I know what investors should do right now in this corrections. Let's understand what actually investors should do in their investment journey, right? So, if you look at this, if you plot market cycles like this, this is a wavy pattern. So investors should actually buy when the markets are low, which are denoted by buy zone here, and they need to sell when the markets are at high, which is denoted by sell zone. Okay, but in reality, the investors should do exactly opposite of this. They do this, right? So they buy when the markets are high, and they sell when the markets are low. Why? Because when the markets are high, there are a lot many articles, a lot many people talking about that market has gone up, and Ambani became this much rich, this many market capitalization added today. All that kind of headlines will come, and you will see a lot of articles, a lot of news flow around that when the market goes up, and that is also influenced by the recency bias, and it will continue for some more time. So people think that they are losing that opportunity of investing and making money. So with that, the emotions come into picture, the greed. Because of the greed, they buy it when the markets were high, and they sell when the markets were low. And when the markets are low, because of fear, they try to exit the investment. Okay, so let's understand what is the right strategy. Right strategy is stay invested and stay safe. So if you look at the present situation right now, because of the coronavirus pandemic, so we are also lockdown situation, and we are at home. In this situation, staying at home, staying safe is the best possible option, the best solution, not to get infected by the coronavirus, right? So like that, even in the present, during the present correction time, the staying invested and staying safe is the right strategy. So let's understand why investors sell in panic. It's actually the fear. Okay, when they are scared, because they think that the investment, even if you have invested 10,000 or 1 lakh or whatever be the money, that is down by some percentage, and they start fearing about, even I can lose more if I stay in this. Why actually this fear? uh, when people are in fear, why actually they try to sell? Okay, because that is the primary job, the primary job of mind. It is the survival mechanism. Okay, people try, this is the same, like if you have invested 10,000 or 1 lakh or whatever be the money, consider it is down by 40%, because now the market has corrected 20, 30, 40%. The total investment is down by, if the investment is 1 lakh rupees, it is down by 30,000, 40,000. So fear of losing more, they try to get out, because the inner mind will tell, at least save this. whatever is remaining, correct? So in this kind of situation, when uh, when the person or an investor is scared, the universe has given us two options. What are those options? Either you can fight or you can flight. परिस्थिति से भाग लो या परिस्थिति से fight करो, correct? So when the similar thing, when in the pain they feel threatened, right? That is the identity threat. So negative return in the portfolio means there is a pain. When there is a pain, what people will do? They will flight. They will move away from the situation. They will try to safeguard the by running away from the situation. One, we will understand why one should not sell due to fear. Okay, so can anybody tell me what is this? You can put in the chat box. Giant wheel, no. Roller coaster, yes. Roller coaster, yes. Yeah, I think most of the people saw this, and also I think some of you also taken a ride in this, right? So can anybody tell me where is the fastest roller coaster in the world? Thank you, Vijay Kalyan, for answering. It's a roller coaster. Yes, yes, Vijay, thank you. It is in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, and the name is Ferrari World, but this is not Ferrari World for sure. Okay, so we are trying to link the experiences in the roller coaster is of similar to stock market. So what happens when you take a ride on roller coaster? When it goes up, you feel excited, isn't it? And when it goes down, you feel scared, correct? So when it goes down, when you feel scared, will you jump out of the roller coaster? Because you're in the previous slide, we have seen there are two options: either you can fight or flight. So what is the right strategy? Being seated is the right strategy, correct? Instead of jumping out of the roller coaster, completing that ride, correct? So when you complete that ride, you will have a sense of accomplishment, as well as you would have enjoyed the ride. So in a nutshell, if you look at the roller coaster rides, would be very small duration. It will not be 1 hour, 2 hour rides. Those are in minutes. Most probably those are in a couple of minutes, and even those minutes, couple of minutes, were the longest duration of possible. Correct. So in the similar way, if you look at the stock market, if you correlate the roller coaster to a stock market, uh, the stock market journey is also equivalent to roller coaster. Okay, so this is the chart shows the Sensex uh, going from around 3,000 in 2003 to 21,000 in 2007. This is the fastest bull run of the stock market, that is Sensex in India. Okay, in this 4 years, the market has grown 7 times. But mostly most of the people may not have got the 7 times returns in this period. Why I am taking this period? We are in 2020, but why I'm taking the period which is a decade back? Because this is the fastest, and in this 4 year the market has grown 7 times. This thing never happened even till today, right? So even in this fastest bull market, if you see these circles, there are 6 major corrections of around, from uh, 8 to 10% to 20 to 25% as well. There are 6 major corrections, and if you can see those, if you look at the bigger picture, those are very minuscule, very small. Okay. Unfortunately, even in this kind of a bull market, nobody would have got that 7-time returns, because most of the people in one or the other correction, because of fear, they would have exited the market, right? So what we can say is 3 things you cannot predict in the market. The one is, when will the market correct? How much will the market correct? And the third one, how long will it take to recover? I repeat, 3 things you cannot predict in the market. When shall market correct? How much will market correct? And how long will it take to recover? Can anybody answer these questions? No, even renowned stock market experts, so-called stock market experts, cannot answer this, actually. So, but one thing I can say, surely say that is, uh, correction is temporary and growth is permanent. Okay, I repeat, one thing can be predicted is correction is temporary and growth is permanent. Why I'm telling this? Correction is temporary and growth is permanent. How can I tell this? I mean, can be predicted. Why I'm telling this? Because if you take a look at the history, and we will see what are the corrections, and how much time will it take to recover. We have seen, even in the fastest of fastest bull market of 4 years period, the market has grown 7 times, but in that 7 times it has not grown linearly. There are 6 major corrections, right? So if you take a look at the entire stock market history, we will come to know. And these corrections, the corrections what we are experiencing now because of the coronavirus pandemic or something like economic activity or whatever be the reason, this is not the first correction. This is one of the many corrections we had in the past. Okay, let's understand. Okay, during 1992 Harshad Mehta scam, okay, during I mean uh, that's called a Harshad Mehta scam. Okay, in that Sensex corrected 54% in 1 year, and the same Sensex recovered 127% in next 1.5 years. Okay, so this proves that the corrections is temporary and growth is permanent. Let's take another example. In 1996 also, it's commonly called as Asian crisis. So the Sensex corrected 40% in 4 years, and the same Sensex recovered 115% in next 1 year. So what does it mean? So even if you continue to invest, or if you are invested in a lump sum or a SIP or whatever be the investment, that is giving a minus 40% for next 4 years. Okay, so but immediately after a year, if you see, all that loss is recovered, and Sensex grown 115% in 1 year. So again, this proves correction is temporary and growth is permanent. During 2000 tech bubble, I think everybody knows about this. What happened during 2000? Again, in terms of markets, Sensex corrected 56% in 1.5 year, and recovered 138% in next 2.5 years. Again, this proves correction is temporary and growth is permanent. In 2008 Lehman crisis, this is the biggest correction of all the corrections. Sensex corrected 61% in 1 year. That means the money, the people's portfolio or the investors portfolio is minus 61% in the year. If you have invested 1 lakh, it has become 40,000, 50,000. Okay, the same Sensex recovered 157% in next 1.5 years. Okay, this again proves the correction is temporary and growth is permanent. During 2010, Sensex corrected 28% in 1 year. The same Sensex recovered 93% in 3 years. And we are in 2020. Okay, Sensex corrected already 30% in less than a year. In fact, less than 2 months now. Okay, When it will recover and how much it will recover, the time will tell. After 3 years or 5 years, whenever we will be doing something similar presentation during correction time, we will add this data point to show, okay, the correction is temporary and the growth is permanent. The future will tell these numbers, right? So what actually you investors should do in this period? The right strategy is stay invested, continue to invest, and stay safe. Do not redeem any of your investment because of the fear. Okay, so this time shall pass. Okay, now if anybody wanted to invest more, there is a very attractive opportunity. Why I am telling this? Because of attractive valuation. The markets are the valuation of the market is very cheap right now. I mean, and even if the market goes down from here, it will become much more cheaper. Okay, so what is that this table denotes? What is that evaluation aspect we are looking at right now? Okay, so if you look at this market cap to GDP ratio, okay, so this is one of the major fundamental valuation ratio which usually investors see when making an investment. Okay, during December 2007, just before the crash happened, the market cap to GDP was 149%. So even somebody has invested during that time and kept his investment for next 3 years, it would have given 0% returns. That means he has earned nothing because of that investment. But after 1 year, when the market was down by 56% or 61%, right? So if you had invested during that time the market cap to GDP ratio was 56%, which is very, very cheap than December 2007. The next 3 years return was plus 17%. Okay, so something similar if you go and check right now where we are right now. Okay, as per 9th March 2020, this is the market cap to GDP is 66%. That means, so in next 3 years, of course, it should give a positive return as per if you analyze the history events, whatever happened in the history after the correction. Okay, and even the market cap to GDP showing a very attractive valuation for the new investor or the new investment. This is the right time. Okay, this number will be added later on. The future will tell us how much we have added. Okay, considering the one more thing I wanted to highlight here. During October 2010, even after the correction, the market cap to GDP was 100%, but the returns was minus 2%, right? So now when we also look at what mistakes investors did during the 2008 market correction. Okay, this is what one more table which shows majority of the renowned mutual funds in 2008, especially in large mid or ELSS category. Okay, if some investor has started an investment in January of rupees 10,000 rupees SIP, he would have continued till March 2009. In this 15 months, that means we saw in the previous slide that the market corrected within this time, and his total investment would be 1,50,000. And end of the March, the total valuation was in deep negative. If you look at any fund, right, it is giving all negative return. Okay, so you may ask me why I am considering this period, January 2008 to March 2009. Like for example, there are even in this there are a new investor who just started. And when they started, I think a market correction also started. Okay, they feel scared now, right? If you continue for 1 year or 2 years, and you may see your portfolio in negative zone. Okay, so and especially in January 2008 to March 2009, This period, the market corrected heavily, and during March 2009, the market bottomed out. That means the Sensex from 21,000, it reached close to 9,000 during March 2009. Okay. Uh, so if a person stopped his investment or redeemed any of his investment because of the fear, he would have converted this notional loss into a permanent loss. Correct? So let's understand what happened if the investor is continued for 3 more years. That means from January 2008 to March 2011. So the total investment would become 3,60,000 his investment. And if you see the valuation, all the funds are in positive, and that too big time. Okay, the big numbers are visible on this chart. That means post market correction, the market recovered all the losses, the notional losses, and also the entire investment converted to positive zone. Okay, so if any person redeem or exit during market correction, that means it's a sure shot of recipe for losses. That means he is converting his notional loss into a permanent loss, and the person or the investor will completely exit the stock market forever because of this losses. Okay, so whenever we have spoken with each and every individual or investor or whoever investing with us, initially I told, I preach this. Okay, invest for long term and invest for goal oriented investment. I mean, you should focus on the goal oriented investment, and those goals are not in 2020. if if there are any goals which are in 2020, and if I have advised 3 years back to invest in the equity to achieve those goals, that means that is not the right advice, and also you're not investing rightly. So with respect to Vitta Mantra, what I say is investing in the right way. Okay, first we need to make our mind, we need to go in the right path so that we achieve our goals. Okay, so with this, what I will conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I have cleared some of your doubts around this.